Hey everyone, it's Amaka.
And Camelia.
And today we are, well, first of all, this is
Let's talk.
with
Duh.
with Amaka and Camelia. So today we have a great guest, Charlotte Jackson. She is an authority figure in the fashion world. She works closely with luxury brand. She's the founder of the Curve Authority. So we are our attention to listen to her. She brings, like, of course, a knowledge based on her experience as a fashion consultant, as a staple in in Paris, Paris Fashion Week. And so it's going to be great to kind of pick her brain to kind of figure out, to tell us what it's like being in that industry, and to tell us what's missing, which is, of course, curvy women, looks for curvy women.
Yeah. We're getting a real inside look here, you guys, of somebody who's just right front and center of all the cutting edge in the fashion industry.
Yep.
And it's going to be nice to see how things change.
Yeah.
Like how new ideas, which are old ideas, get put into play.
Yeah. Yeah. And she is the one to make those ideas come to fruition. So be sure to check us out after our conversation with her, and we'll let you know our final thoughts. See you soon.
In this episode, we're chatting with Charlotte Jackson, the creator behind the Curve Authority. If you've seen her online, you already know. Charlotte brings effortless style, confidence, and a distinct elegance to everything she touches. She's redefining what it means to show up boldly in fashion, creating space for curvy women to feel seen, celebrated, and inspired. We get into her journey, how the Curve Authority came to life. It's a genuine and fun conversation. Enjoy the show.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for joining, and thank you to your team for reaching out to us. So let's get started.
Yes.
We did a little look-see about you, and we're like, honey, she is fierce. She is not here to play.
Thank you.
But let's get to know a little bit about you. You are a force in the fashion industry, but what got you started? What got you to where you are now? Is that something you always knew from the time, or was it a series of events that got you into it?
I would say it was over a period of time that kind of got me into it. Of course, my love for fashion, and then, of course, noticing that there really wasn't the proper or the garments that I needed to clothe myself, being a plus size woman. Noticing that there were other sizes there, but mine just didn't kind of hit there. So I just kind of kept forging forward and just kind of letting the brands know that I was serious. My shoe and handbag game is really strong, and it's like, well, wait a minute, nobody really wakes up in the morning and like, I think I want to go outside naked today. We all wake up.
Well, some people can now. You never know. Some people
I mean, they
think like
can,
that.
depending on the place. It could be a nude beach or whatever. But for the most part, most of us like to put on clothes, and we like to feel good about ourselves. So that's really what kind of drove me to create the Curve Authority, and starting building more relationships to let them know that if they put the product there, we would purchase it.
And
so that's what
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, and that's kind of how it kind of developed. And because I was experiencing it, it made me a little bit more passionate about it. And then I knew if I felt that way, I could only imagine what other women were feeling. So that's really what pushed me to like, okay, let's get serious. Let's keep constantly being present.
The thing is that the idea of inclusivity, I mean, now it kind of looks like it's a fashion word, like people use like a trend or whatever. The idea of being inclusive, bringing women with curves and stuff into the vicinity has been a long-standing conversation.
Yes.
What do you think that you would bring into the conversation that would make people pay attention now in comparison to maybe they've been hearing but not listening? What would it be that you're bringing to the table that would make these brands listen to you?
I think the first part was earning the brand's respect. And there's a misconception that plus size women may not look good in a particular garment. Well, the problem isn't per se how they would look in the garment. if it's their size, they're going to look amazing in it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the same garment that you've made for a standard size. So beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And that it was just kind of switching the narrative with the brands to let them know that, hey, no, we look good in these curves. And if we look back in time, all the artists in times past, they kind of created with the curvy woman in mind, and they kind of went away from that. So just kind of doing that, and it's like looking at certain things and pieces, and just letting the brands know that we can wear these, and we will wear the brand proudly, and we look good in them. So just kind of just letting them know and shifting the narrative that we do look good in these garments, and to give us a chance. And honestly and truly, the women with curves, if you look statistically at the numbers, we spend a lot of money on clothing. We spend a lot of money, and not only in the plus size market, the mature woman. And these are both areas that luxury brands have neglected for years to come. And I think if they look at how their businesses, they might not say it, but they're declining because they've gotten away from the in-store experience with the clients. They've gotten away they've segregated an entire market of plus size women. So with that being in mind, it's time. Now is the time, and they need to, and it's not a buzzword. We want to be inclusive. And I think sometimes inclusivity scares people. I think that's the biggest problem, because we know we want to be included, but when I feel like when they hear it, they feel like we want to push the other one out. We're not saying get rid of the standard side. We're saying let us walk hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
So I
And
think that's the biggest problem.
that's big. So what are they doing though? Because
I think right now what I've noticed with some of the brands that I work with now, whereas when I first started, remember I kind of said how my shoe game and my handbag game, scarves, tons of that, because that's all that I could really kind of
work
get
with.
my foot in the door with. But now I'm noticing more sizes, like whereas if there was more, maybe one size 46 in the store, well, now there's multiple. Where now, okay, now let's carry, okay, that 46 sale, now let's move to size 48. So now I'm starting to see quantity in the larger sizes, which had never been done before. And with that being said, I think we're seeing the shift. Slight as it may be, there is a shift. And you just kind of, if there's a particular brand that you're interested in as a curvy woman, be present. Don't take that first no as they're not going to do it. Because at the end of the day, tailoring is key. So you can be a size 2 and still have to have a garment tailored. So with that being said, I believe that these brands are kind of starting to wake up and realizing there's a huge segment of the market that they neglected, and their spending power. So they are doing, I mean, they're adjusting. I
They're
see it.
adjusting.
Yes.
Probably not fast enough though.
Not,
Because this is a
definitely not
conversation
fast
that's been
enough.
going on forever. And even seeing a plus size woman on the runway was like, oh my God, hell
Yes.
is about to freeze over because we saw one woman walking down the runway.
Mhm.
So, and in my opinion, I could be wrong, but this, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't see that many plus curvy size women on the runway. You may see thicker or fuller girls, but not necessarily curvier, fuller girls. So that's why I'm wondering, like, how I know things don't happen overnight, but again, this is
Right.
a conversation that
That's
that
been
has been
going
had
on.
for a long time. That I feel like at this point, that should not be something that they need to like hold their breath or hold their nose to do, in my opinion. So this brings me to this question: if it's taken a while for such luxury brands to pay attention or to bring in more fuller size models or clothing, how about facing looking to brands that actually focus on fuller size models clothing?
Right. I agree with you saying. I just want to piggyback kind of what you're saying, that we aren't seeing the plus size women walk down the runway. And I too am trying to branch off into that market. And maybe if I can get into some type of modeling to show people that we do look good in these type of clothing. And also what I also want to say, when I'm sitting at a show, be it in Paris or wherever it's at, if I see a plus size woman walk the runway, one thing for sure that I'm going to do is buy that garment that person walked in, because I want them to know that that piece of garment will sell and it will look good. So I have to do my part as well. So we can talk about it, but a lot of times we want to see it, but we got to close the deal. And closing the deal means us purchasing that particular garment that went down, showing that there is a need and a want for that particular garment. So that's part of the process of the whole. When you attend a show, attending the show is great, but then there's the important part, which is afterwards, which is the re-see, where you re-see that collection that went down that runway, that all this production for maybe 15, 20 minutes tops, but now you can see it the next day up close, feel the fabric, touch it, see the craftsmanship. And like I said, I make a personal choice to buy a particular garment that I saw a plus size woman in. I got to do my part, because then we can talk all day long and say we want to be included. But if we're not going and closing our deal with these brands and buying the stuff, they're never really going to trust it that it will move. So it's getting more people like myself in the space, because we invest in everything. We will invest in our education. We invest our time. If we're religious, we'll donate volunteer hours. We invest in a lot of things, but people have gotten away from investing in their image. And it's not luxury brands. And we're not saying luxury brands pretty much are the go-to, but there's other brands like Eloquy. Lane Bryant has been around for years, but for some reason we're wearing these garments, but we're still being unnoticed and not being respected in the industry. So I agree. I I try to shop at all brands, be it the Gap, because I'm saying this is not getting rid of the essential garments, the Banana Republics, none of that. We need those things. We need those basic tees and the black, our key pieces. But when we start shopping a lot at like I said, the Eloquy and the Lane Bryants, and I think Torrid are like, those brands that are carrying plus size women, I support them as well. But I've also got to give the visibility to these luxury fashion houses that, hey, I can now take your product and mix it with the highs and lows. So there's so many ways that we can do to let them know that we're serious about it. But like I said, Curve Authority is doing their part. If a plus size woman marks down a show that I'm in, I'm signing up for that garment. And I'm gonna try to tell every plus size woman that I know, hey, did you see this? Whatever, rewatch the show. So that's what we got to do. We got to start closing the deal on some of this stuff to let them know that, oh, did you see how many units of that red dress that we sold? Yep, I did. Because plus size women, we are there. We're here to stay. We ain't going nowhere. Everybody was not meant to be a size two.
Do you think that there's like an opening or opportunity for a luxury brand that acknowledges and embraces the market to gain more notice if they catered more? Is there any brands in particular?
I wish there were more brands that I could say offhand that really cater to. Don't get me wrong, Kristen Siriano, always. That's how we're the ones that took the chance. He took a chance on us, and now we become his, core market. So if he can do it and he's being sustained, now let's try maybe we're brands like Dior. We're brands like what's another high-end brand? I would say maybe Balenciaga, any of these other brands that are considered luxury fashion houses. If he's sustaining, why can't you take the chance on the plus side market? Because it's lucrative. And I think somebody has got to step forward. And I'm so grateful to brands like Stella McCartney and Alexander McQueen that have given me the opportunity to showcase that I look good in luxury fashion. So there's some out there that have it. It's just, they're getting out there, and all brands don't fit everybody. So it's kind of based on your personality or what speaks to your soul or what speaks to you. So I think that's another thing that's why we have to re-educate not only the luxury brand, we have to re-educate the plus size consumer. And that being is if they never know we have an interest in it, they're not going to make it. But at the same time, we have it in our head that they don't have it, so we won't float into those stores. We'll continue to float into the Lane Bryants and brands that we know that's exclusively what they sell. So I think when we get out of that habit and start going into those other luxury brands and being again visible, then they'll know that we're really serious and we'll kind of, somebody's going to bite. I know it. And if it means, and like I said, if I can help one person, and I feel like I have, and it's simply being because I was the only one there. And at the time, that's what drove me to create this brand. I'm in these spaces and I didn't see anybody that looked like me.
Like you.
Not only being a dark skinned Black woman, I didn't see anybody looked at me like me with curves.
In curves at all. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's what where it lies. And I just want all plus size women know that if you're serious about it, and I'm not saying break the bank or not pay a bill because you're trying to buy this and keep up with the Joneses, that's not what the Curve Authority is about. It's about if you want it and you have the means, you should be able to have it.
Never.
Absolutely.
Have you thought about, are you working with outside brands like in Africa and the diaspora, in Africa, in the Caribbean? Because, like African brands are a huge thing. Are they
I would
brands you're
love
looking?
to. I would love to. I kid you not. I literally just had a conversation maybe about 3 days ago that I was so excited to see that Lagos had a fashion week this go round. I would love to
Yeah.
attend Lagos Fashion Week and to work with some of the African designers because one thing they know our bodies, they know the curves. So I
Yeah.
would be so excited to represent curvy women with an African brand. So if you're out there and you see this, hey, call me up. Curve Authority is worthy.
We got
I will be there. And I want to say
that's
to your brand, thank you so much for even having me on because I was so excited because sometimes certain platforms we don't get to reach us or we don't get to
hmm
reach that glitch market, and I think this was so important to be able to come on and talk to you guys that just the your viewers that might see this and be like, oh, we knew about Lane Bryant, we knew about such and such, but we never knew we could walk into this store and be like, do you have this size? And they may say no, but keep going back because I didn't start off getting my size. I started off, they were showing me men stuff. I was like,
See,
Okay.
here's the thing. You really are enlightening me on how frustrating that must be.
yes.
Like, I mean, you walk in ready to buy something and to
Mhm.
not have any available. Like, how many people must relate to that? Like, that's really amazing that you're
Yes.
able to speak, or be a voice for it. That's really
And
good.
now I'm trying, and it is frustrating. And you walk in these stores, and it's like, you can look at me, I'm curvy. Really, you gonna show me some men's clothes? But guess what? Thank you. Let's see how we can make it work. How can I make it feminine?
Ooh.
How can I take a men's shirt and put a
Ooh.
feminine
Wow.
lace bustier under it? And how can
hmm
I style it out and belt it to let you know that, hey, there's a waistline under this man's shirt, and this, oh, and they looking at it go, okay, girl, I see. That's what it's about.
Yeah, because
Mhm,
it's true. Because by the time you put the looks together, and I think people probably obviously think small when it comes to the curvy women. That when they actually see them put something together, like they're like amazed because man, she has this much curves, but
Mhm.
she is looking fly like crazy, and it's just a matter of taking a chance. This is probably going to be a sensitive question, but do you think it has to do with discrimination as well, where people would, because it's obvious that they need to be inclusive, but I
Mhm.
think they choose not to be
mhm,
inclusive. Could
It
that,
is.
could that be the case?
And I'm gonna say this, and I can't speak really per se, but I can tell you how it makes me feel. And
Okay.
mhm,
when you say that, absolutely, I feel like this is a form of discrimination. And
hmm
at the end of the day, I look at it how I was raised. And I think if my parents, who my dad grew up in segregation in Mississippi or whatever, if he would have gave up or didn't want to keep making a better life for himself, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you. So I got to
Yeah.
think, am I making my parents proud? And like I said, for me, it's not about, I hate to say it, it's not about the masses for me. If I can help one woman feel better about herself and get her walking in the door to a luxury brand. And that's why I'm so big on the in-store experience now, because
mhm,
we got COVID and everything, we got lazy and everybody got into convenience. We like Amazon to drop our clothes at the door. Well, guess
Yeah.
what? When they drop that item off at the door, we go in our room or closet, we try it on. If it doesn't fit, guess what we do? We send it
Send it
back.
back. Mhm.
Whereas if we were in the store with an experienced sales associate, tried it on, it was a little tight or whatever, and that person saw the passion in our eye, that maybe a disappointment that we couldn't fit it, that we really wanted to wear it, and say, hey, you know what? Let me look at that. Let me flip it over and see how many more inches we have in there. Can we let it out? Can we do this? It's
Mm.
about the experience and the relationship. So we've got to get back to the in-store experience, because we're never going to really, those brands aren't going to pull the plus size women in, because we've been told to dim our light for so long, and that, oh, you don't look cute in that. Oh, you shouldn't, big people shouldn't wear those colors. We've got to get an experience where there's somebody saying, hey, it's okay. I see you. That's what this is
Mhm.
about. We want to be
Mm.
seen. And why
Mhm.
shouldn't we be?
That gets me to the next question. With your platform, how do you kind of take us through the process of how you work with someone who feels the way that you felt, not being seen? She comes to you, to the Curve Authority, and says, "I want to be seen." Take us through that process to get her from where she is to where she needs to be.
Okay. Well, I think for the first thing is kind of how we talked about earlier, is finding brands that represent you and
Okay.
what you, maybe your lifestyle is, or your core. And I'm going to use myself as an example. I like Alexander McQueen. I like it because I just feel very structured and well put together. I see how people respond to me with the tailoring, and how they, how I look in the garment. So to me, that's a brand that speaks to me, because it allows women to be powerful with, the suits and the corseting, the tailoring. So that's a brand that speaks to me. And on the flip side, Stella McCartney, because
Hmm.
completely opposite
Different. Yeah.
brands. And people be like, wow, you got leather on over here, and over here you got sustainable. What? Well, guess what? I have kids. I'm a mom. I want
Hmm.
to protect the environment and the earth or whatever. I just, if I can do a small part, that's why. So I say to the plus size woman, pick a brand that you're passionate about, or that you go through your closet and say, God, I have all this Louis Vuitton in here. I got tons of purses, sneakers, and everything, but I don't have a garment. Go
Mhm.
back to that same sales associate that always want to throw a purse down your throat, and say,
Hmm.
hey, I don't want to look at a purse today. Would you happen to have any ready to wear in my size?
Hmm.
And guess what? When they say no, okay, well, I'll come back. Because now you lost the sale, because guess what? I'm not going to buy it. I'm not buying another handbag. I got handbags all day long. I need some ready to wear. And you be nice about it and say, guess what? Well, the next time, think about me, put me on the radar. When you get something in my size, call me. I'll be here. You
Hmm.
got to set the standard and say, okay, this is what I want to do. So with that, what I'm trying to do with the Curve Authority is get the woman inside the store. Pick a brand. Let's go into the store. Let's see look at their largest size, and see from that largest size, where do we need to meet the particular woman's need? And then from there, we start advocating with the brand or a good sales associate to say, hey, we know you have a new collection coming out, or this just walked the runway. Would it be possible to order a size XYZ in this? So it's tailoring it, it's all individual. So it's
Yeah.
tailoring it to the person. But I think we have not, that old saying, we have not because we haven't asked.
Yeah.
Mm.
We're used to being excluded. And now is the time, because like I said, the plus size market, it's $1 billion industry of
Mhm.
what we
Yeah.
spend on clothing. And
I
I
see
these,
what you're, yeah. I see what
uh-huh.
you're saying about retraining the consumer, that
Mm-hmm.
when they hear no, it's not a hard no,
It's
Hmm.
that they have
not.
the right to press it and to ask for
Yes.
more. Yeah, that's awesome.
And I was told a long time ago, and Mr. Graham, oh, bless his heart, one of my music teachers,
Hmm.
just because music, the entertainment industry is so competitive. You audition and you might not have the right look, or they're looking for a redhead or this, whatever. I grew up in California. I may have auditioned 3, 4 times a month, because I'm a Black woman, I'm curvy, certain things. Well, if I was in New York, I would audition every day, because they looking for talent. They're not
Hmm.
looking
Mhm.
for the look per se. There's so many different avenues, whatever. So what he trained me and taught me at a very early age is, when the door closes, do not get discouraged. Look at it, doors
Mm.
open again. And guess
Hmm.
what? When that door opens again, hey, I'm first in line. get behind me, here I am.
Remember me?
Yes,
Well, I'm back again.
and it surprises them because they open that door and they see you and they're like, oh, hey, just checking back
Mhm.
in with you. Did you
Yeah,
happen to order anything in my size? And you know what? After doing that a couple of times, guess what?
I get the message. Yeah.
Because guess what? They're human and they're working a job too.
Mm-hmm.
They can bring you on. Guess what? That means money for the store. That means money for their commission. And that means a happy customer that thought about
We'll
you. You
come
thought
back.
about
Yeah.
them. They're
Mhm.
coming back
Back.
because you
Yep.
Yeah.
looked out for them.
Yep. It's not a one-time sale. That's
It's
an
not.
entire sales relationship with
Yep.
a
That's true.
salesperson.
It's
Which
a relationship.
which
Mhm.
kind of makes me think. Have you thought about doing a show? Because we were gonna
Oh, that's
actually
a great idea.
like. Have you thought about that? Because there are a lot.
Yes, girl, you're
You may
speaking
want
my
to
language.
consider that because I think that would be a great because you have the say yes to the dress and all this kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Why don't you think about that as
Well,
something to consider? And I don't mind being one of the extras to like.
I got you, girl. I'm gonna hold you to that. Because
Oh,
guess
hey, I
what?
don't
I
mind being
do
one of
have
the
something in the
extras to
works.
like help them. But it would be as you were saying that. Why I say that is because as she was explaining it, you were explaining what you would do for a woman that
Hmm.
comes to you, and you were just breaking it down. In my mind, I'm like, why isn't this a TV show?
I
Hmm.
could totally see
And it
that.
will be. Trust me, the Curve Authority is coming to a TV near you.
Oh,
We have some things in the works. We will be pitching some show ideas very soon. And that is the goal to get it out there because it's how that light bulb went out for you.
mhm.
I feel that there are other women that are looking and being like, wait a minute. And it's you. Just be ready. And you better
Okay.
tune
I'm
in,
already
honey.
excited,
Tune
and
in. Because it's coming.
I'm already like,
It is
upper side,
coming.
we're right there, watching and waiting because I think that would be a great idea because when I was thinking about I really don't watch a lot of those shows, but from time to time, if, I'll be flicking through and I'll see yes to the dress
Hmm.
or, change my closet and stuff like
Hmm.
that. And I'm just like, yeah,
There's
I
a
don't think
market.
I haven't, yeah, there's a market for that. I haven't seen it for plus
It's
size
coming.
women.
If you saw I saw it too. It's coming. And like you said, when you're flipping through, sometimes our day-to-day load being moms and just
Mhm.
working women and trying to run a magazine, different things,
Mhm.
life comes down on us hard. And sometimes when you're flipping through the TV, you just want a little feel good. You want a
Yeah,
little feel good. And
true.
sometimes people talk about reality shows. It's not that people are addicted to reality because sometimes it just takes your focus off of some things that you're going
Yeah.
through. So
Mhm.
yes, the Curve Authority, it is all in the works. We are looking to do, I love to cook. I am trying to launch maybe a television show, just kind of giving easy recipes to the working mom and to that little
Mhm.
mid generation that ain't got no man that really want to. Girl, how can I cook? And let me give you a few little recipes that you can like will them in.
Yeah.
This ain't the way it's through the stomach.
Stomach,
The heart's
yeah.
gonna come.
Yeah,
So
true.
yes.
Oh my goodness, that is so cool. So that means we should be expecting to see a whole lot of things coming from you. I know you cannot possibly talk about it now,
Yes.
but just one question. You've your staple at Paris Fashion Week, and I'm sure you've been to New York Fashion Week as
Hmm.
well. What would you say would be the difference between both? I had an interview with the founder of New York Fashion Week for Malice, and she had a lot of great insight, but there's definitely a difference between when she first started it to what it
Hmm.
is now.
Yes.
So what do you see when it comes to the difference?
I think the difference right now in New York Fashion Week, in my experience,
Mm-hmm.
there was a time that luxury brands did their shows in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Dior doing their cruise shows, with the ferries looking like taxi cabs and doing
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dior did theirs. Alexander McQueen used to do so. But again, that goes back to the level of respect or whatever. A lot of brands feel like you're that brand if you're doing a show in Paris.
Mm-hmm.
Paris Fashion Week, Milan Fashion Week. That's why I said we've got to kind of start re-educating the consumer. And there's nothing wrong with attending New York Fashion Week. That's why I said you choose a brand that you really love that speaks to you. And they might not do a show in Paris. but they might do one in New York. It's still an
Mhm.
experience, and that's still a relationship with you building with the brand, sitting there wearing the clothes and wearing the garments or whatever. But you definitely have seen a shift in New York Fashion Week versus the Paris Fashion Week. It still pulls a little star power over in New York, but that's exclusive to particular brands. You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
brand Blackwood and different things that, Sergio Hudson, those brands.
Yeah.
Well, they do pull a little bit of star power. You know what I mean? The brands that are stars that are loyal to their brand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas Paris Fashion Week, everybody wants to go to Paris. It's this,
There's
it's
an
just something about the
exclusivity
city.
about it. Yeah.
Yes, it's exactly. So that's why I said I want to really educate the consumer about getting in there, building the relationship with the particular brand that speaks to you, be it on the luxury side. And I want to be clear, even if it's with Banana Republic or Hollister or whatever brand that you feel speaks to your aesthetic. At the end of the day, it's all about a relationship. Because if you have a good relationship with a store associate, guess what they're doing? Don't buy that right now. It's going to go on sale in 2 weeks.
It's so true.
And
When
I
you
say
pick
that
good ones.
relationships are important. I was just in the grocery store yesterday. Kid you not. I had to buy multiple bottles of wine. This holidays coming. I was like, I'm putting
Yeah.
my 6 bottles of wine. But I always talk to everybody. I talk to the managers. You know what she said to the cashier?
Yeah.
Void that. Take it off. Charlotte, I'm gonna put this in the cooler for you tomorrow. Come back. You get triple points and it's gonna be even cheaper. That's a
Oh,
relationship. So
right.
and that's why I said it works at all levels. We're not just luxury fashion. It doesn't matter. It could be your local Trader Joe's. You want a relationship because if you're looking for that one item that keeps selling out, guess what? The stock person that you just passed by and turned your nose up to, maybe if you smiled and be like, "Hey, how's your day going?" or whatever, can I help you with something? Yeah, I was looking for, it, but it seems like you guys are always up. You know what? Let me get your number. Next time I come, I'll put one at the desk for you.
Yep.
Relationships are important. So remember when you talked about the TV show that I'm working on,
Mm-hmm.
that means I get to sit with you
Yay!
Yay.
too. Oh yes, it's just about
Would
relationships.
definitely love to talk more about it when it definitely airs. And when
Yes.
you do have like your premiere, we don't mind coming over to go.
Yes, I'm inviting you. And then you got to
We're gonna
promote the
have to
episode
get
that
some
you're
luxury
on.
stuff to wear.
Yeah, and yeah, we won't be
We
dressed
have
down
to go
today.
shopping for that.
Yeah, we won't be dressed down today. We will be like, nope, she came correct. We better step up,
Like
So
my parents say, it's okay because we clean up good.
yes, we do.
Love it.
Thank you so much for joining us. It was such a pleasure. I love
I
your
had a
energy.
ball.
Like your energy is like, woo, you
Yeah.
don't want to like you have something to say and you will say it and you will listen. And that is what I love because it's like right off the bat, it was like boom, boom, boom. Okay, let's get the ball rolling. And so to hear the passion, the authority, because you're the curve authority, it's really appreciated. Really, really appreciated. And we
Thank
definitely
you.
wish you nothing but the best. We definitely look forward to hearing more from you.
Yes.
And nothing but the best to you and your family and everything
Thank
you have going
you.
on.
I don't take it lightly. I am just so happy that you guys extended the invitation. It was a blast. And you're going to be my guest.
Done and done. Say less. That's
all.
less.
See, that goes back to what I told you. We have not because we have last night and you asked.
Yes,
So I'm
yes,
definitely
I
going to keep,
definitely look
and I'm
forward
going
to
to
it.
close the deal and keep my
Yes.
word. And I got you on
Yes,
that.
ma'am. You better.
Yes.
You better. We're definitely relying on you. We definitely look forward to seeing what you have going on. We're truly
Yes.
proud of you. Keep it going.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Enjoy
much.
the rest of your day. Thank
You
you so much
too.
for joining us. Thank you, Casey. We appreciate you bringing her on board too. Have a wonderful weekend and love to
You
the
too.
family.
Thank you. Stay warm.
Thanks, everybody.
Final thoughts.
Whew. I loved it.
Yeah, it's so great. She's on a mission.
She is on.
She's gonna get everything she wants. I can
Yes.
tell. She is just like so driven and with such a great purpose.
Yes.
So good.
Just right off the bat, she was on it. Like she
Mhm.
said,
Mhm.
I have something to say.
Mhm.
This is how I feel.
Mhm.
And you're going to acknowledge it whether you like it or not.
Because it's such a no-brainer. There's this entire audience
Mm-hmm.
that wants these things that's not getting it provided for them. Like they're ready to rock, and it's just like these brands are ignoring them.
Yeah, I just
Come on
don't,
now.
and that's why I don't get, because when she the idea of inclusivity, I'm like, bringing curvy models is like, this is a conversation that has been had for a long time, that it just becomes something that's why I said it comes across like it's just a trend word, because it's like, oh, inclusivity, and then they get the stars and the points for it. But then when it comes to seeing it, you really don't see it. Other than you see them, the pictures of the models wearing what is like, oh, this is good. And then, like she said, they'll have one or two sizes of that look or style, and then it's gone. So that's why it's like being able to have her be one that is going to make sure it sticks. That's a great thing. Yeah. So I'm really inspired. I definitely look forward to seeing what she has, coming up with her endeavors. I don't think we can doubt that. We're not going to doubt that she's going to go a long way with her.
She's going to take over the world.
She's going to exactly take over the world. I could say it. Yeah, I can see it too. I can see it. So, Charlotte, thank you so much for joining us. Like, your energy was just amazing. It was fantastic. We are definitely inspired. We definitely look forward to being there to support you, to see what you have going on. Hopefully we get a part 2 or 3 and 4 just to see how things are going, and just seeing your dreams come true, and and us being a part of it in some shape or form. So thank you guys for joining us. I hope you found this conversation inspiring, because we did. Leave your comments, subscribe, let us know what you think, who you think we should reach out to, or you'd like to reach out to us, and we'll be more than happy to connect with them. Other than that, we will see you next time.
And we'll dress better.
Oh yeah, we'll dress better, because I was dressed down like it's a cold day, and it's
like she came on, we're
like, oh my god.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Let's Talk, the Afro Style podcast with Amaka and Camelia. We hope you enjoyed it. If you missed any previous episodes, you can catch up on YouTube, Spotify, or anywhere you listen to podcasts. Be sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and email us at info@afrostylemag.com. We'd love to hear from you.